Oh, I love seeing people on Twitter kind of saying what I've been saying during the original airing. Shout out to Diamond Elise, Pretty Brown Eyes on Twitter. This tweet from last week was really great. The people in Zach's life sympathizing with Jeremiah and Gladys in the past, they're not the problem. That's not the problem. The problem is the characters trying to guilt Zach into also having the sympathy that they have towards Jeremiah, Gladys, and whoever else when he's been on the receiving end of their mistreatment and abuse for years. Thank you. Thank you. And I've said this in a couple other videos too, that as season 3 has been airing on BET, because remember, season 3 aired on BET Plus last year, but now it's in, what is it? Yeah, I think it's like one episode a week, right? On BET on Wednesday nights. So some people who don't have BET Plus, and that's a lot of people, are finally watching the show, well, these new episodes for the first time. Now, I was always saying that I hated how everybody was giving Zach the excuse of, you know, your brother got a problem. I don't care if my brother has an issue, an addiction. I know he does. Him putting hands on my woman is not okay. So everybody acting like I'm the one with the issue when he's the one who has a problem is the real problem. Now, yes, everybody warned Zach, if you go after Jeremiah and handle things the old Zach way, here is where it's going to lead you, in jail. He chose to do that. I'm not denying it. My issue is everybody gaslighting Zach this entire season, Fatima included. Like when the guy at the funeral home showed him that watch, and Fatima was like literally lying to this man's face, and he called her out. Fatima, we promised each other that when we were good, we wouldn't be doing this to each other. Like, why are you gaslighting me? And then I want to take it back even further. And heck, this was even in season 3 too. Bryce. Because Fatima, ever since season 1, kept making excuses for him. Zach, he's done a whole lot of good for you. Just because a person has done a whole lot of good for me doesn't mean that they can disrespect me. That's like, you know, in Hollywood, when Terry Crews, that what was it? Some white dude? What was it? Wasn't it his agent or a person conducting it? It was some white guy. I think he said it was at like a Hollywood party or whatever. He went up and grabbed him by the ball sack. And he didn't do anything because he's like, if I did something, like if I literally knocked this dude's head off, which I could have easily done, guess what would have happened to me as a black man? So it's one of those things where if we could like repaint the picture a bit, let's say if it was Terry Crews's, you know, his agent for his career, like let's say this agent has been part of Terry's career since the beginning. He got him, you know, his first acting gigs, and then from there, he did movies and all sorts of stuff. Like, let's say he's been in Terry's corner for like 8 years, and those 8 years set the foundation of what became Terry Crews today. And pretty much, yeah, he aside from his talent, he has to owe his entire career to his agent, because his agent was the one who set him up on this gig and, you know, this and that and the third. Let's say if this dude decides to like randomly do to Terry what Bryce did to Zach, like kiss him or some crap like that, and that's something that, one, he wasn't comfortable with, two, he's in a committed relationship, married or whatever, and then let's say he tells his wife about it, and then Terry's wife is like, oh, don't hey, get over it, Terry, because if it wasn't for your agent, you wouldn't have the life you have now, because he done so much good for you. And then let's say not too long after that, Terry's agent mentions how, hey, there's this great opportunity with Bitcoin or something like that. And then Terry's like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to take, a couple $1,000,000 and put it into something like this because it's no guarantee. And no. But then the agent goes behind Terry's back, takes that money, and then it ends up putting them in the red. I'm pretty sure Terry Crews has more than $2 million. But again, this is just an example. And then from there, Terry's rightfully pissed off. And then let's say a friend decides to come in and help financially. And then they all gaslight Terry into letting it go because your agent has done so much good for you in the past. That's exactly what it felt like dealing with the Bryce situation. Because Bryce, you're the one who freaked up. And then weren't they low? Wasn't it Fatima or somebody? I remember saying this. Wasn't it them low key blaming Zach for Bryce's accident? Because, well, if you had called Bryce and told him that Preston gave the money, then he wouldn't have driven the car and gotten to the accident. Man, that was some BS. Because Zach rightfully said, I know y'all ain't saying it's my fault. And then they dragged him to the hospital and made him give Bryce a hug and all. No, I did not like that at all. So you can say, yeah, Zach is guilty of beating the crap out of his brother, but he didn't kill him, which is what he got arrested for. And then you have Fatima, I want him to suffer. So I love seeing that more fans are recognizing how effed up the other characters were. Slowly but surely, I feel like I'm getting validated for my feelings. And I wish, well, honestly, I think that as the season goes on, more people will see this. Like, when Fatima's like, I want him to suffer. And then when we had the introduction of the Leslie and Malachi, because I'm thinking to myself about how messed up it was that Fatima told these two knuckleheads where the spare key was. Keep in mind, one of these two is ex of Fatima's who is actually obsessed, not infatuated, but straight up obsessed with her. Can you imagine the hell Fatima would have given Zach if he gave the location of the spare key to their house to one of his exes? Not even Karen, but just some random, like, what if he gave Connie, like Connie prior to the budding bond between Fatima? Let's just say some random person. Hell, even if it was Karen, like, imagine. And then you have Karen. Yeah, let's say if it was Karen. Let's just say it was Karen because she's the easiest example. And then let's say Karen was in the bed the same way Leslie was. Fatima would have put a bullet in both of them. But no, because it's Fatima, it's okay. Man, that's some bull. And I'm glad Zach called her out on it. But still, I'm just saying, like, if it was for the other way around, nah. So, yeah. Season 3 was just full of gaslighting. And I'm tired of Zach being the victim in terms of everybody gang up on Zach. So, thanks so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next video.